This is WISH-TV Indianapolis. This is News 8 with Mike Ahern, Stanwood Weather, and Ed Harding Sports.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Stan. Coming up for Ed Harding, sitting in tonight, Dick Ray with sports after this. Okay, Ed has the night off. Dick Ray's here. And if you're watching us at 5 o'clock, you heard the speculation about Franco Harris. We knew he had arrived in Seattle, but this happened quickly.
Things moved along real fast with Mike McCormick, and I guess the Seahawks lose a Penn Stater. They pick up another one in return with Franco Harris. It didn't take long for the Seattle Seahawks to fill their void at running back. Only yesterday, Chuck Knox learned that he would be without Kurt Warner for the year because of that knee injury. But tonight, they get a future Hall of Famer for a replacement. Arriving in Seattle early today, Franco Harris, and he'll be staying on for at least a year because he signs a year contract. According to the Seahawks GM McCormick, the negotiations went smoothly. Harris will now get his chance to gain the 363-yard he needs to surpass Jim Brown.
I'm really excited about being here. I like the enthusiasm here and the attitude here, and I'm just happy to be part of this growth that they're doing, and real positive growth.
The San Diego Chargers will be the first to try to contain Harris in a Seattle uniform. It's a job similar to what the Colts and rookie cornerback Eugene Daniel will face Sunday against Earl Campbell in Houston.
Anytime a big guy like that coming out on the corner against me and what I'm winning right now, yeah, it's giving me a nightmare. Anyway, from Earl Campbell, is like, I never did think I would get a chance to play against Earl Campbell.
Really?
I'm finally getting a chance to play, and I just have to show up now. Show up this Sunday.
At Busch Stadium, Louisville and Indianapolis showed up tonight to begin the American Association playoffs. The Indians had only won 7 of their 22 regular season meetings with the Redbirds. Things not going very well tonight. The Redbirds jump all over Chris Welsh in the first with 3 runs. Gary Rashid singles to right here to bring in Vince Coleman and a 1-0 lead for Louisville. Now, Juma Ducey will step up later in the inning to hit into the same spot. 2 RBIs for Ducey. Gene Roof and Rashid's come home, and it was a 3-0 lead for the Redbirds after 1 inning of play. The real damage comes in the bottom of the 9th with the Indians trailing 4-1. Jose Gonzalez hits to center field. Roy Johnson and Scott Lux dive for it, and neither one of them come up with it. The ball rolls all the way to the wall, and that is an inside-the-park home run for Jose Gonzalez. Louisville goes on to beat the Tribe 5-1. Same 2 teams will play at Busch tomorrow at 7. After winning 9 of their last 10, the Cubs are in Montreal for another one of those 2-game series. And Chicago also got in trouble early with the Expos tonight at Olympic Stadium. Steve Trout on the hill for the Cubs. Man on at third, and Gary Carter with a base hit up the middle. His 99th RBI of the year. Miguel Delaunay scores, making it 1-0 Expos. Ex-Indian Angel Salazar in the 4th lines to right, and Carter scores to put the Expos up 2-0. Later on, Montreal pitcher David Palmer lines into right to bring home the final run, Tim Wallach, and it was 3-0 Expos. The Cubs can only manage 1 run tonight. It comes in the 8th. A Gary Matthews sacrifice fly. Henry Cotto scores. The final 3-1 Expos. The Cubs still lead 6 games over the New York Mets. National League scoreboard tonight, St. Louis with a 1-run victory over the Phillies, and the Mets come up a winner tonight, 4-2 over Pittsburgh at 3 Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. They score their first run. Mike Fitzgerald with a base hit down the left field line, and Darryl Strawberry comes across. That helps the Mets at that point to tie up the game at 1 apiece. New York gets another run when Pirate shortstop Ron Wotas tries to make a play on Hubie Brooks going to third. The ball gets away. Keith Hernandez along with Brooks scored, and the Mets go on to beat the Pirates tonight 4-2. In the American League, California is a big winner over Cleveland. Detroit keeps on their winning ways with a shutout over Baltimore tonight. Boston and Milwaukee are still playing at 7-2, and Toronto and the Yanks are in the 10th inning tied at 3 apiece. Chicago White Sox trying to make it 2 in a row over Oakland tonight. Seattle and Texas are tied at 4 apiece, as is Minnesota and Kansas City tied at 1-all. At the U.S. Open, lots of upsets today. Today's victims are men's 4th seed Mats Wilander and 2 of the women's seeds. Pam Shriver and Hannah Mandlikova are beaten today. You're watching now top seed Martina Navratilova. She wins in straight sets over Helena Sukova, 6-3 and 6-3. And the men's number 2 seed Ivan Lendl going up against Andre Gomez. Lendl serving with his strong backhand. Gomez with a tough volley. He goes on to win the match 6-4, 6-4, 6-1. A tough shot there for Gomez.
And there'll be U.S. Open highlights right after this newscast. Right. Okay, thanks, Dick. Back in just a minute. Stay tuned now for U.S. Open highlights. We'll see you tomorrow.
Every second.